Properties of solid, liquid and gases. Different materials, their properties and uses. Physical and chemical changes. Solution. So let's start with question. Question 1 is match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct option. Column 1 is here and 2 is here. So column 1 saying A, gas in liquid. Gas in liquid, that is a fizzy drink, okay, like soda water. Soda water is, what is this? That is a liquid or a water in which CO2, carbon dioxide gas, has been mixed. So that's why gas in liquid solution is known as soda water. A4. Solid in solid. Solid in solid is steel. Actually, solid in solid steel. Solid in solid solution is known as basically alloy are the solution of solid in solid, and steel is an alloy. Okay, that's why we said that solid in solid solution is example of steel. Liquid and liquid. If I am talking about the liquid and liquid, then it will be vinegar. Okay, there's a solution of vinegar of liquid in liquid. And gas in gas. Gas in gas. Air. Air is the mixture of gases. There are so many gas in the air like carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen and many other gases. Okay, so that gas in gas mixture is air. So here A4, B3, C2 and D1. 4, 3, 2, 1. D is the right answer here. Next is, while baking a cake, Tina follows this step. 1. Mixing flour and sugar. 2nd, heating the batter to make it rise. 3rd, cooling the baked cake. After it is done, which of these steps involves chemical change? Okay, so we have to find out chemical change. Let's check steps again. Making flour and sugar. Mixing flour and sugar. If you are mixing flour and sugar, okay, then they will mix together, but they do not change their chemical appearance. Okay, they what is the chemical composition the flour have and the sugar have? They will remain same when they mix together because they are solid and solid. Okay, they are in the solid form both. Okay, so there is only physical change may appear. Okay, not chemical change. We can say that physically they are mixed together. Okay, and they are looking like mixture. Heating the batter to make it rise. Yes, this is a chemical change. Why it is chemical change? Actually, when mixing the when we heat the batter, then what happened? By the heating of batter, there's a decomposition of baking soda. Okay, in the cake mixture we use the baking soda, na? That's why it will get a rise or fluffy. So decomposition of baking soda to produce CO2 gas. Okay, which cause the cake rise actually. So basically here it is chemically changes. Okay, their chemical composition is changing. Baking soda is now converting into CO2 or it is releasing CO2, and that's why cake is getting rise or getting fluffy. So this is a chemical change. Okay, where chemical composition has been changed, and now this batter cannot again change into the flour and sugar. So this is chemical change. Now cool the cake after it is. If the cake is hot and we cool it, there is no change in the composition again. Only the heat can be removed or released. Okay, so there is again physical change. So which one is chemical change here only? That is second. So B is only chemical change here. So B is the right answer. Next question is, read the given conversation between 4 friends regarding properties of materials. Who among them gave the correct statement? First one, Riya. Nickel coin float on water. Is it? It can be float on water. Which things float on water? The things which have less density than water, they can float. Otherwise, if they have more density than water, then they will sink. Here we are talking about a coin. Okay, and coin have much density than water. So it will sink. It cannot be float. This is wrong here. Okay, this is false statement or wrong. Next, Rahul. Plastic does not conduct heat and electricity. This is absolutely right or true statement because yes, plastic is an insulator, okay, which does not conduct electricity. Third one, Priya. Copper and aluminium are non-conductor of heat. Thus, that is again false statement. Why it is? Copper and aluminium are metals and metals are good conductor of electricity. So that copper and aluminium is also good conductor of electricity. Actually, the electric wires are made up of copper mostly. Sometime if you want to make a cheap wire, then they will use aluminum also, but mostly the all electric wires are made up of copper. Okay, so copper and aluminum are good conductor of electricity, not non-conductor. So this is wrong again. Silver is one of the best conductor of electricity. Absolutely right. Silver is the metal which is the best conductor of electricity. Okay. So here Ravi and Rahul are right, but Riya and Priya are wrong. They are asking for a correct statement. So Rahul and Ravi are saying correct statement. It means Rahul and Ravi only. A is right answer. Next is fill in the blank by selecting the correct option. A fizzy drink. Basically fizzy drink is like a soda water or cold drink. Soft drinks you drink. Is an example of a dash solution. That is the example of gas in liquid, gas in CO2, gas in water, that is gas in liquid. Where the solute is, what is solute? There the solute is CO2, carbon dioxide gas, and the solvent is water. So gas in liquid means gas in water. So CO2 in water is fizzy drink or soft drink, and that is gas in liquid solution. So what is the answer? Gas in liquid, carbon dioxide and water. B is the correct answer here. Next is refer to the given figure PQR illustrating molecular arrangement of different state of matter. There you can see that they are tightly bound. It means they are solid here. They are loosely packed. It means that is liquid. And they are far apart. They are gases. Okay. So these are the three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Based on the molecular arrangement, which sequence represent the process of sublimation? First thing, do you know that what is sublimation? Actually, sublimation is the process where a solid directly convert into gas. A solid directly convert into gas. Example of that is camphor balls. Okay, when you open you leave camphor balls in the air openly, then you can see that after some time they will disappear. Okay, why they disappear? Because the solid directly changing into gases. There is a sublimation process is going on. Okay, that's why the camphor ball disappears. Okay, so here solid change into gas, that is called sublimation. So it means P is converting into R. Okay, so what is the process here for sublimation? PQR? No, that is directly converting P into R. So B is the right answer here. P is converting into R. Okay, that is called sublimation. So fifth, B is the right answer. Next, refer to the given figure. The liquid shown in the diagram for an example of. You can see this liquid. Here is two layers, different two layers. You can see that this one is oil layer and this one is water layer. Okay, it means there are two different solvent, or you can say solution, anything. They are but not mixed together. You can see that they both have different layers. It means they are not mixed together. These type of solution are known as miscible liquids. Okay, which cannot dissolve into each other. That is called immiscible liquids. If I'm talking about you are adding salt into water, that can be mixed together. Water into milk. Okay, that is a daily process. Water into milk can mix easily together. They are miscible liquids. Okay, which can be mixed together easily. They are known as miscible liquids. But immiscible, the liquids which cannot mix with each other. Okay, that is called immiscible liquid, and oil and water are immiscible liquid. So B is the right answer here. Option C, solid of gas in liquid. Sorry, solution of gas in liquid. I told you that is soft drink, which is solution of CO2 in the water. That is called soft drink or fizzy drink. Solid in liquid solution, sugar, water, salt water, they all are solid in liquid solution example. Okay, but here the picture showing is immiscible liquids. B is right answer here. Next, identify the odd one out based on the magnetic property. Look, odd one out. So what are the magnetic properties of the given options? Iron nail is magnetic, right? Copper wire does not have any magnetic property. This is wrong. Steel pin has magnetic property and nickel coin has magnetic property. Okay, iron nail you can understand easily that it has iron, that's why they are magnetic. But why steel and nickel are magnetic? Let me tell you, steel is an alloy, nickel is an alloy of iron. Steel is alloy of iron and nickel is also alloy of iron. What are alloy? Do you know that? Alloy are the mixture of 2 or 3 metals together, that is called alloy. And steel is also a mixture of 2 or 3 metal and iron is one of them. Nickel is again mixture of mixture of three metals, and the iron is also one of the metal between them. That's why they are called alloy, and steel, nickel, both are alloy of iron. That's why they have magnetic properties. But copper is not an alloy. This is pure metal, and the copper does not have any magnetic property. So that odd one out is copper wire. B is the right answer here. Next, 8th. Which of the following statement is correct regarding the given changes? First one, beating aluminium to make aluminium foil. Look, when you are beating aluminium and making them from aluminium plain thin sheets, that is also called aluminium sheets. It means that is a physical change. Okay, there's not any chemical composition is changing. That's why it is only physical change, not chemical. For physical, I am writing PHY. Okay, for physical change. Cutting a log of wood into pieces, that is again a physical change. Okay, because when you cut wood into the wooden log into the wood small pieces, then again there is a physical change. A long wood log is changing into the small pieces of wood, but there is no chemical composition is changing again. That's why it is not a chemical change. It is a physical change. But if you are burning wood, then what will happen? When you burn wood, then ash, then it will become ash plus carbon dioxide plus water will release, and also the energy is releasing into the form of fire. Okay, and heat. So that is chemical change when you burn wood. But here you are cutting log of wood, not burning. So this is only physical change. Okay. Third one, heating an iron nail to red hot. Again, this is physical change. When you heat an iron, okay, let me take it like in a simpler way. When you heat a pan on a gas stove, okay, it will become red if you are heating it continuously. But what does it mean? It will melt? No, it will become hot and it will come into the red form, reddishness. But when you cool down, then it will become same. So this is just a physical change. Okay, when they are heating, then they will become hot, and after cooling they will come into the same position. Okay, so it means this heating of an iron nail or heating of any metal, it cannot be changed the chemical composition. This is just a physical change. Okay, so all these three have physical change, no chemical changes. So C is the right answer here for physical change. Next is read the following statement and select the correct option that correctly identify them for true and false. 1. Generally substance contract on heating. No. When we generally heat any substance, they will expand, not contract. And this is the property of metal, specific property of metal, that when we heat them, then they expand. Okay. Fire alarm is also based on this property of metal. Okay. Except water. This is the general property of any substance that they can expand on heating. Okay. But when we freeze water, then it expand. Okay. It means when the water is freezed in the freezer, then it became ice, and ice has more volume than water. Okay. Ice is the expanding form of the water. So here this is the wrong statement. F, because generally substance expand on heating, not contract. The volume of a substance increase when it expand due to heat. Yes, the volume of substance increase when it expand due to heat. Then the metal or any substance expands, and when they expand, their volume get increased. This is true. Water expand when it freeze. This is absolutely true. I told you in the first part also that water expands only when it freeze. Okay, but here if other substances are expand when they heat. Next, 4th, a tight metal lid can be opened by dripping in hot water because it contracts. Again, this is false statement here. A tight metal lid can be opened by dipping in hot water because it expand, not contract. If it contract, then it will be more tight. Okay, it cannot be open easily. It will expand, then only it can be open easily. So this is again contract word wrong here. So first statement is false, 4th is false, and second, third true statement. So A is the right answer for 9th question. Next, which of the following statement about solution is correct? Incorrect. That solute and solvent both cannot be solid in a solution. Solute and do you know what is solute and solvent? First thing, solute and solvent make the solution. Okay, it means solute plus solvent is equal to solution, first thing. Okay, they both can be solid, they both can be liquid, they both can be gas, or they can be gas or liquid, gas or solid, liquid to liquid, or liquid into solid. Okay, so now they are asking about the solute and solvent, that solute and solvent both cannot be solid in a solution. This is wrong here. Okay, they both can be solid. I told you in the first question, alloy are the solution of solid plus solid. Okay, so solid and solid can make the solution that is called alloy. Like steel is the alloy of solid into solid. Or I told you in the previous question, in the magnetic properties 6th question, that steel is the alloy of iron. Okay, that's why it has magnetic property. So like steel, there is a brass also an example of alloy. Okay, brass is the alloy of copper plus zinc. Okay, copper metal and zinc metal, that's why they are the copper and zinc. Cu is copper plus zinc, that's why it is solid again. It is solid again, so solid plus solid is making brass. So this is the solution in solid and solid. So this statement is wrong here, that they cannot be solution. So this is incorrect statement or right answer here. We will check again next options also. Gases can dissolve in liquid. Yes, this is the example of soft drink. I told you that soft drink is the CO2 gas in water. The third one, sugar dissolve in water to form a uniform mixture. Yes, when we dissolve sugar in water, then there's a uniform mixture or a homogeneous solution. Homogeneous means that they cannot be seen again separately, they mix together uniformly. Okay, so they form uniform solution. This is correct here. Oil and water form an immiscible solution. I told you in the previous question that again, that oil and water cannot mix with each other, so that they form immiscible solution. Immiscible solution means two liquids cannot be mixed together, but miscible means that two solvent and solute can mix together easily, then they make miscible solution. But here oil and water are immiscible, so this is also correct. So wrong one is only option A, that is solid and solid cannot mix solution. They can, because alloy are the solid in solid solution. Next, refer the image of object given below. Select the option that correctly identify the object that are lustrous and conduct electricity. Do you know what is mean lustrous? Lustrous means shiny surface. Okay, that is called lustrous. So metal has the property of lustrous. They have shiny surface, that's why they are known as lustrous. So here are some pictures given. Let's check. Diamond is a form of carbon. It can be lustrous, but it is poor conductor of electricity. Actually, except graphite, all carbon form are lustrous, but they cannot conduct electricity. Okay, so that lustrous and conduct electricity, that doesn't fit here. Okay, block of wood is insulator. It doesn't have any shiny surface, and it does not conduct electricity. So this is also wrong here. For aluminium foil, aluminium is a metal, and yes, foil has lustrous surface. They are shiny, they are lustrous, and yes, aluminium is a good conductor of electricity. So aluminium foil is the right fit here. Fresh iron nail, iron is again, it is a metal, that's why it has lustrous property, and yes, they can conduct electricity also. So this is also correct here. Rubber tire does not have lustrous property because it doesn't have any shiny surface, and yes, they are insulator, they cannot conduct electricity also. So this is also not fit here. Copper wire are lustrous because they are metal, they are lustrous, and yes, they are good conductor of electricity after silver. Okay, so this is also fulfill both the property. So only 3, 4 and 6 can be fulfill these property, lustrous and conduct electricity. So 3, 4, 6, where is 3, 4, 6? This is A is the right answer here. Next, I am the reason why bridges have gap and railway tracks bend slightly in summer. I cause material to take up more space when heated. Who am I? Look, I cause material to take up more space when heated. Who am I? I told you all the substance when they heat up, they expands. This is the properties of substance except water. So heat cause material to expand, and gap in the structure are designed to accommodate this expansion. Okay, that's why when the bridges are constructed, they have little bit gap between them, because when the railway tracks have gap between them, because when the railway rails are running on them, then they are generating the effect of heat. Okay, that's why they can metal can expand. Okay, that's why they have gap between them to accommodate that expansion. Okay, that's why this is the process of expansion. Okay, because this is the cause for what material take up more space. Okay, when they heat it, so expansion is the process. Sublimation, you know that sublimation is the process when the solid liquid into gas. I told you in the previous question. What is condensation? Condensation is a process where the gas convert into the liquid. That is condensation. Like water vapor change into the water again. That is condensation. Contraction. What is contraction? When you cool down any expanded material, then they contract. Okay, then they again tightly packed. This is called contraction. But here the properties which for which they have bridges have gap between them, that is expansion property. C is the right answer here. Next, refer to the given Venn diagram. Which material best represent point X? Look, point X has magnetic, lustrous property and good conductor of heat. So both all these three property have in plastic. No, plastics are not lustrous and they do not have magnetic property. And they are not also good conductor of electricity. So plastic is wrong here. Wood is insulator. This is wrong. Iron is magnetic, lustrous and good conductor of electricity. So iron does fit here. Glass is hard. They are not conductor of electricity. They are rigid. They are not magnetic. They can be lustrous. They can have shiny surface, but they do not have magnetic property and they do not conduct electricity. That's why this is wrong here. Iron is the right answer. Next, select the correct option to complete the given analogy. Melting X to Y, condensation Z to Y. Here X is solid to solid to Y liquid, and here Z gas to Y liquid. Okay, so melting is solid to liquid. Is it melting? And condensation is gas to liquid. Okay, I told you gas to liquid is water vapor change into the water. Okay, water vapors change into water, that is gas to liquid. Water vapors are known as gas state and liquid is water. Okay, so this is called condensation. Melting, like ice change into water. Ice is solid and water is liquid, that is called melting. Okay, so here this is solid to liquid and this is gas to liquid. So gas to liquid, here liquid to solid, no, we don't have any process. Liquid to solid, solid to gas we don't have, and gas to solid we don't have. We only have one property which is given in the given question, that is gas to liquid. This is gas to liquid is changing, condensation. So this is condensation here. Okay, so A is the right answer here. Okay, next question is, read the given paragraph and select the option that correctly fill the blanks. One is hard material while second is soft material. Third is good conductor and of heat, and whereas dash is a poor conductor of heat. Okay, so what we have to find out? Hard material, soft material, good conductor and heat, poor conductor. So wood is hard material, it can be. Diamond is soft material. No, diamond is much harder than wood also. So it is very hard. This is first one is wrong. Second, diamond is hard. Yes, it can be. Butter is soft. Yes, butter is a soft material. Copper is a good conductor of heat. Yes, and wood is the poor conductor of heat. That is also right. So B can be right answer here only. Okay, butter is not a hard material and here again butter is given. This is not hard. So B only fit here. B is the right answer. Next, read the given passage and select the option that correctly fill the blank. First to 4. which when substance change their state, they either expand or contract. For example, when a solid is heated, its molecule move faster, cause the substance to 1. Okay, they cause the substance to expand. Obviously, when they move faster, then it means they are expanding. This is because the molecule take up more space. Similarly, when a substance is cooled down, two molecule move slower, causing it to dash, causing it to contract. When they are moving so slower, then they can become near. Okay, their space will be get reduced, so they are contracting. Water is an interesting substance and as it is dash when frozen. As it is expand when frozen. I told you in the first question, expand frozen water has the property. When we freeze it, then it expands. It means ice has much volume than the water. Unlike most other substances, as a result, ice occupy more space than liquid water, which is why a dash bottle fully filled with the water may break if kept in the freezer for too long. That is glass bottle. Okay, glass are rigid material. Okay, they cannot be expand. When we fill the water with bottle with this water and we freeze it for a long time, then yes, because of the property of water, when it freezes, it will expand. It means when it became ice, it will expand. But here bottle is not expanding because glass does not have that property of expansion, so it will be break. Okay, so bottle fully filled with the water may break if kept in freezer for too long. So here expand, contract, expand and glass. B is the right answer here. Question 17 is consider the following changes and select the correct option that classify them into physical change or chemical change. First, melting of ice. When we melt ice, it became water, and when we freeze it, then we will again get ice. So it means it is a physical change. Burning of paper is a chemical change because when we burn paper, then it come into ashes. Okay, and CO2 is also released from in the air, and also some water vapors are released. It means their chemical composition has been changed, and we cannot again make paper from the ashes. So this is a chemical change. Dissolve sugar in water. That is a physical change. When we dissolve sugar in water, then after heating, we can again make it sugar. Okay, so this is just a physical change. The chemical composition is not going to be changed. Okay, water get vaporized and we can get sugar again. Rusting of iron. Rusting of iron is a chemical change. When we open the iron into the air, when we leave any iron nail into the air, then when it come into the contact of water and oxygen together, then they make iron oxide. Okay, so iron is changed into the iron oxide. Okay, it means the chemical composition of the iron is now changing. So this is a chemical change. Chopping of wood is a physical change because the large piece is coming into the small pieces, but it doesn't chemically composition is going to be changed. Cooking of an egg is a chemical change because when we cook any egg, then its appearance has been changed and we cannot again make it like a egg again from the cooked material. Okay, so this is chemical change. Freezing of water to form ice, it is a physical change. We can make again ice water from the ice. Okay, so this is physical change. So here 1, 3, 5 and 7 are physical changes. 1, 3, 5 and 7 are physical changes, and second, fourth and sixth are chemical changes. So A is the right answer here. Next, study the given flow chart. Types of solution. Gas in gas is air, right? Gas in liquid, that is soft drink or fizzy drink. Okay, this is example of soft drink. Gas in solid. Gas in solid is hydrogen in platinum. Okay, then this is the first. If I'm talking about the option, the first is fulfilling that, hydrogen in platinum. Brass is alloy, sugar solution is liquid in liquid, and hydrogen in platinum is the again gas in liquid. Brass is solid in solid, and this is solid in liquid. So gas in liquid, gas in solid example is hydrogen in platinum. Hydrogen in platinum. So this is the first is fulfilling the condition. Second is fulfilling the condition. Here R is liquid in solid. Liquid in solid, mercury in gold. Yes, this is example of liquid in solid. We mix mercury in the gold and then we make the solution liquid in solid. Sugar solution is solid in liquid. Yes, sugar is solid and water is liquid. So sugar solution is solid in liquid. Next, brass, solid in solid. Yes, alloy are the solid in solid solution. So A option is fulfilling all these P, Q, R, S, T. So A is the right answer here only. Okay. Next, unscramble the letter given in column 1. Indicate the copper properties of material. Very first we need to unscramble them. So first one is soluble. Second one is hard. Third is opaque. And fourth one is lustrous. Okay. Now let's check what is the definition or description of these terms. So one is soluble material that dissolve in water. We call it soluble. Okay. I told you in solution there are two things, solvent and solute, okay, and which can be easily mixed with the solvent, that is called soluble. Okay, the material that dissolve in water is called soluble. Number 2, hard. Hard is a material that are resisting to scratch. Okay, so 2 is A. Here first one is B, 2 is A. Third one opaque. Opaque means that material that do not allow light to pass through them, that is called opaque material. And lustrous means that has shine and reflect light. So this is BADC. BADC. In third we have BADC. C is the right answer here. Last question is refer to the given word grid. Answer the following questions. First, which length find out which is not hidden in the word grid. Change the result in the formation of a new substance. Formation of a new substance, that is called chemical change. Okay. Material which do not allow electric current to pass through it, that is called insulator. Which does not allow electric pass through it. They are asking about material. Material can be plastic, it can be wood, or it can be rubber. Okay, any of material can be insulator. Process of gas converting into liquid, that is called condensation. Water vapor are changing into the liquid, that is called condensation. And material that do not allow light to pass through it, in previous question I told you that it is opaque material, okay, which do not allow pass through it. Okay, so let's check what we have in grid. We have here, let's check, we have opaque here, we have condensation here, we have plastic. Okay, plastic is here, okay, which is the material do not allow electric current pass through it. Okay, that is plastic we have in the grid, but we don't have chemical here in the grid. So A, chemical we cannot find in the grid. A is the answer here. So kids, here we learn about chapter Matters and Material, that is chapter number 7 in your NSO Olympiad workbook. Repeat this video, learn all the questions and their option also, okay, because option are as well as important as the questions. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel KVS Coach. Don't forget to press bell icon to get notification for each new video. Thank you. Bye bye.